So, what I wanted to go over, because everyone sees leadership as something different. So I want to go around the room, and I want you guys to share with me your definitions of leadership. So we'll start here.
So list all of them?
No, just if you can give me some more keywords to what you feel leadership means to you.
So I said like serving others and doing everything in excellence. And basically being the example that you want to see from those that you serve.
Awesome. Next.
I said a couple of things. Positive and effective mentor, provides training, guidance, and skills to those who may or may not have the ability, develops people, help to develop people in their particular skill.
Awesome.
First, leadership is not, I don't look at it as a leadership role. I look at it as an individual. So you don't have to be in a leadership position to be a leader. And so my definition goes with being able to have others come together for a common goal and being productive doing so.
Love it. That's great. Donna?
I had divine unity. I was asked if you could add the doing things in excellency.
So I had a couple of reminders, a couple of her that I didn't break it down like you know to. But I also think being a leader is also being a team player, and that goes in with what he does. You don't have to be a doer with people, but you can also be a leader over people, but being a team player.
Teamwork makes the dream work,
yes.
right?
I also see empowering people to bring out their best.
Love it.
You also, a leader builds other leaders.
Yep.
A leader is always being open to change and being adaptable. And a leader is being vulnerable at sometimes, yet transparent.
Awesome.
It's just amazing how, as you go down the line, you feel like, wow, that was, you know, but I think servant leadership is all about serving and serving others. Definitely head down excellence and being an agent and an advocate for change.
Love that.
And so my definition is providing the ability by the reflection of the potential leadership in others. So you be in that mirror, because you talked about it earlier in reference to being that mirror. So me being that reflection of being able to not just being about me, but for them to be able to take a look at what leadership, you know, and being able to show them the potential of what they can be.
Absolutely. Seeing the true reflection.
Absolutely. So like even how you were saying, meet them where they're at, but at the same time being able to identify and being able to say, you know, pick our head up, and picking our head up, this is what it looks like. Okay, we want to be able to even weaknesses, this is what strength looks like, you know, so this.
Absolutely. Beautiful.
Similar to Lavelle, being able to motivate and empower people by leading them to a common goal, helping others develop independence and skills to become a leader. Setting an example.
I hear that part. You know,
That's good. It's good.
Just set an example and being a positive role model.
Good.
Okay. My stuff has been said too, but like Lavelle said, even if you're not in a leadership position, that's what I am reading it out. So it's finding your strengths and using them to help others find and embrace their own. And then being the person you want to see in others, so leading by example, but having the ability to be transparent. You know, when you have made a mistake and then being able to move forward from that.
Learning from what you've done.
Yes. Yeah,
Love it. Love it. Ariel?
Yes. Leadership is the ability to be a positive role model,
encourage personal, mental, physical, and emotional growth, the ability to learn as well as support exhibiting dedication and persistence.
Love it.
The leadership is a personality trait, but it's the art of being able to set good examples and make informed decisions for the greater good of your people.
Love that. And finally,
Everybody can most of it, but acting in a way that others can follow and model. And also, I said that leadership includes understanding people and working together for a purpose. You have to have a purpose. And also, I said accepting feedback and being open to constructive criticism.
So if you guys notice, there's a common theme. As we went down the line, every person said, I wrote something similar to that. I wrote something similar to that. I wrote something similar to that. And if you look at all the things that you guys wrote, setting the example, serving others, lead by example, positivity, guidance, developing other leaders, coming together for a common goal, motivation, agents for change, being a role model, growth, learning, empowering. It's all positive stuff. So why I do this exercise, because I like to show everyone that there is leadership within all of you. And there's a different definition for leadership. So when you take the word leadership and you want to define it, things have different meanings because we bring meaning to other things. Does that make sense? So what leadership means to one person might mean something different to someone else. But at the core, each one of you has had different experiences in your life. You've been through different things. You've been led a different way. But at the core, when you pull these things out, typically that's because those are things that you wanted more of, that you didn't necessarily get, and you knew what was going to push you forward, so you looked for it yourself. And some people look for that within themselves, because you know what you would do differently for others. Does that make sense? So leadership at a core is your own personal belief. You bring definition to it. But again, it starts with you guys clearly defining, and that's why I had you, again, write it down, so you can visually see what leadership means to you, so you can actually step into what's on that paper, because that's how you see yourself. So there's an exercise that I do with people. It's called the top 10 and the final 5. And what it is I have someone write down the top 10 attributes that they would want someone in their life to have, personally and professionally. So someone that's motivated, some driven, happy, expressive. And then directly next to that, I have them write down the top 10 attributes of what they don't want someone to have. Someone that is negative, someone that, lives in lack, someone that is passive aggressive. And then underneath that, I have them write down something called the final 5. And the final 5 is, of those top 10 and not top 10, the non-negotiables. These are the non-negotiable attributes that you want people to have or not to have in your life. So when they do this exercise and they write all these things down and they're looking at it, they're actually writing down themselves. They're actually writing down the attributes that they see when they look in the mirror, but also the things that they never want to possess. Does that make sense? So when you write things down like this with what leadership means to you, all of these positive things, these are the things that you want to be doing for others. You want to be the agents for change. Because again, no matter where you are, in whatever position you're in, with whatever company you're a part of, it's up to you. You're the only ones that can make that difference. Because you can either do something about it, or you can stand still. So when you clearly define what leadership means to you, now you can actually step into that leadership role with wherever you are. Does that make sense? Because now you can take what you know about what leadership means to you, and you can then teach others. That's how we pass it down. That's how we bring and lead by example. Because people watch everything that we do. So people will do what you're doing, and people will not do what you're not doing. Does that make sense? So if you think about everything that you're doing every single day to lead by example, if you were to be on the opposite end of that spectrum and you were watching yourself, would you be leading the right way? Would you be happy with the example that you're setting? Does that make sense? So leading by example with the way that you lead yourself will allow you to move forward into a leadership role no matter where you are. So I want you to always look at your definition of leadership and remember that you bring true meaning to it. It's not the other way around. And sometimes as you grow and as you expand, your definition of leadership will change. As you change, things become more meaningful. Things become more present. So the more aware you are of what you're doing and where you're looking to go, that will always change. There's new things that you're going to learn and you're going to move forward through, and you're going to want to pass that on to others. Because again, the only way that you can progress in life and in business is that if you create that example for others to follow. Because if they don't know what direction they're going in, because you don't know what direction you're going in, everyone again runs on that circular track. And I call it the treadmill effect. You can run as fast as you can on that treadmill, but it's not going anywhere. You're staying right on that treadmill. Right? No, you didn't run anywhere. You're in the same place. So if you get off the treadmill and you start moving forward, that's when things start to change. Does that all make sense? Okay. So I want you guys to keep this leadership. So what I do is I actually take some of these things that I write down and I put them in a place where I can see them every single day. So in my bathroom mirror, I have things all over it. Affirmation statements, what leadership means to me, the attributes of people that I want to attract into my life, because like will always attract like. But that can be changed if you continually change. People will be influenced by your influence. So again, the way that you show up every day is the way that people are going to see you show up every day. So make sure that you show up the way that you know you would want to. Make sense? Cool. Now, we're going to talk about connecting, and we're going to talk about the way